Are your kids learning in public school? Members of Congress are trying to get to the bottom of that question. But there's other questions about gender ideology and how that's being implemented in schools, something top of mind for a House committee that met yesterday. Among the education professionals who attended and testified in front of the U.S. House Committee on Education and Workforce Wednesday was Chicago Public Schools Superintendent Macalyn King. She testified before Congress that math and reading proficiency rates for CPS students in Chicago are not acceptable. Michigan Republican U.S. Representative and Committee Chairman Tim Walberg said recent results nationwide about education outcomes shows there's a lot more work that's needed.
The latest NAEP results make clear that we must renew our focus on the fundamentals. Reading and math are the foundation of every student's success, and I think we agree on that. And too many children are still struggling to master these essential skills. While it's encouraging to see some improvement among 9-year-olds in reading and math, we still have a long way to go. 13-year-olds showed essentially no improvement, underscoring the lasting academic damage caused by school closures.
Now, concerns were raised about Chicago Public Schools in particular that has a 77% failure rate in reading, a 76% failure rate in math, and 88% of black students not being able to read. Now, King said the district serves more than 316,000 students, down from about 381,000 as recent as 2016, so a continued decline. But the superintendent of Chicago Public Schools explained all the different options that they have to help kids accelerate in their learning.
As students progress in their educational journey, families can choose from neighborhood and charter schools, magnet schools with specialized arts programs, world languages, and STEM, and selective enrollment schools that offer enriched learning experiences for students seeking additional academic challenges and engagement.
Now, CPS is just one example of a large city school district, and they proposed a $10 billion budget for the next school year. That's up from $6.4 billion and as recent as 2016. Chicago Public Schools has a chronic absenteeism rate of 40% for students. The chronic absenteeism rate for public school students statewide was just 25%, with the national average at 22%. Chicago, not the only school official across the country at that House committee hearing. There were several others, but things diverged away from academic outcomes and the taxpayer cost. Georgia Republican U.S. Representative Rick Allen, he brought up gender ideology with San Francisco schools official Dr. Maria Sue.
So, Dr. Sue, your guidance on trans students lists refusing to address a student by their chosen pronoun on an equal plane with egregious abuses such as physical assault motivated by hostility toward the student. Do you think that not using a student's preferred pronoun is morally equivalent with assault?
In San Francisco, we welcome all of our students as they are. We believe firmly that when we allow students to come in and truly be themselves, we are able to teach our students and support our students to be thriving adults.
Now, this is a debate that has been happening for years across the country. The question about Title IX policies meant to bring about equality for women and girls in sports spaces and other education spaces, but also the concerns about individuals changing their gender through adolescence and then trying to participate in the sports for the opposite sex they were born. A lot of lawsuits as well across the country, and even the Department of Justice getting involved in helping bring about some of this litigation. Now, Mark Harris, congressman, he raised his concerns about gender ideology, sharing stories from his constituents.
All of America is recognizing that incidents like this are happening across the country. And it's personal to me because we're seeing the same concerns in my own congressional district. Parents in Cabarrus County raise serious concerns about biological males entering girls' bathrooms and locker rooms in 2 local high schools. And the reports that my office received were deeply disturbing And I didn't know anything else to do but to take them directly to the Department of Education.
The ongoing question about the costs of this ongoing culture war debate was something that was brought up as a point of criticism to the ongoing conversations by Arizona Democratic U.S. Representative Adelita Grijalva.
So when schools are pulled into these culture wars, the costs are real, diverting billions nationally from classrooms and making it harder to recruit and retain educators. In Arizona, our diversity is our strength. We should be focused on academic recovery, chronic absenteeism, and student mental health, not attacking school leaders working to ensure every student feels safe, supported, and included.
As this debate continues in the halls of Congress, it's also happening at school districts on a local level across the country. And it's something that arguers are saying is diverting away from the importance of focusing on academic outcomes and not social issues. We'll be keeping an eye on that, and you can stay up to date with other education reporting by getting the newsletter in your inbox at thecentersquare.com.